Part of being incredibly great at something is your approach to a skill is so intuitive. You don't even know that you're doing it. You don't know how to describe it, therefore you don't know how to analyze it. Michael Jordan can still make a shot, but can he make good television? In his first appearance as an NBC basketball contributor, Jordan told Mike Tirico that he's trading the court for the commentary booth, saying he wants to pay it forward and share lessons from his legendary career. The six-time champion reflected on family time and admitted he hasn't picked up a basketball in years, except to swish a single free throw at a fan's request. It's the most nervous I've been in years, Jordan said. NBC clearly hopes his name alone will draw viewers, but here's the real challenge. History is filled with superstar athletes who bombed as commentators. Jordan's on-air journey could test whether greatness on the court translates to greatness on camera. Let's take a look and see what he did in his first appearance. Now, some of you are really young. Who's Michael Jordan? Well, he's considered by many to be the all-time greatest basketball player ever. We're not going to get into that debate here. I well remember seeing him. My freshman year of college was his freshman year of college, and I could see him, 20 feet in front of me. It was thrilling then, and he, of course, had a remarkable, amazing career. Can he do the same in the broadcaster's booth? Now, he's tried other sports. Baseball, not as big a success. Golf, not as big a success. Let's take a look now and see how he comes across when he speaks. If you're a broadcast analyst, you are a judge on how you speak. So let's take a look at this right now, and you can judge for yourself. We'll go full screen on this.
It's amazing. You never really know when you're in the prime of your career how much time you really do not have for family. That's what I have time to do now. I mean, the most.
So when you're this famous and this respected, people do give you a pass. They sort of assume you're a genius. You can't judge how he'll be as a commentator based on a 3-minute interview. It is interesting to me that he's closing his eyes when he speaks, which is not at all uncommon. When people are thinking, and CEOs and business executives I train, when they're thinking, they do close their eyes. That's normal, but it tends to look a little weird on TV. Analysts on TV, sports analysts don't typically do that.
Valuable asset I have is time. So that's probably why you don't see enough of me, because.
Now, he does come across as relaxed, friendly. He's clearly done tens of thousands of interviews his whole life. He's not in any way nervous. He doesn't seem stiff. His face is animated. His facial expressions are vivid. That's all good.
That time I'm trying to spend with family, things that I've been missing out on for such a.
You do see his eyes wander. Again, when you're being interviewed, that's one thing. If you're the host, if you're the commentator, and you know the camera's on you, it's a little bit different. It's an easy skill to learn. Time will tell.
Do you ever pick up a ball and just shoot?
I haven't picked up a ball in.
No, come on. Just like walk past. There's got to be a hoop somewhere at your place.
You don't see a hoop anywhere around here, right?
I don't. Seriously, it's the last time you picked up a basketball and shot.
And for those of you listening on the podcast, it appears that the interview took place in Michael Jordan's home by the NBC anchor interviewing him.
I was at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And I rented a house from the owner.
Sure.
He came over to do pictures. He had grandkids, and I was meet and greet and thank him.
So he's telling a story. It's a little reflective. It's a little bit slow. I mean, being an analyst, it is good to weave in personal stories of your own experiences. That can be a good skill to have if you get a little faster, a little quicker to it.
For allowing me to stay in the house, and he had a basketball court. He says, I want you one free throw. I said, really?
And this is good storytelling. He's describing a setting. He's introducing characters. He's bringing in dialogue. These are all things you want in storytelling and that make for good TV.
I already paid for the house. It's not like they got to see me. So when I stepped up to shoot a free throw, it's the most nervous I've been.
Stop it.
Okay, so he's talking about his own vulnerability. That's great. That is what makes someone a more effective communicator, whether they're a speaker in front of real audiences or in front of TV audiences. So he's not afraid to say he was nervous, show weakness, show vulnerability. So if he can do that consistently, he may be onto something with his career. Okay, let's really go to what's the real message here. Michael Jordan now has an opportunity to really get in front of a whole new crowd of basketball fans by being a commentator. Can he succeed? We don't know yet. He might be the greatest thing ever. He may be the next Chevy Chase talk show host and be gone in a few weeks. Let's dig a little deeper here. Those of you who may not get that reference, but Chevy Chase, a famous TV star, movie star, was given a late night talk show many years ago, bombed tremendously. It's a different skill set. You can be a really funny performer on Saturday Night Live. You could be a good movie star and be awful interviewing other people. So let's take a look at some of the track records of really successful athletes, how they did in the broadcast. Certainly some have done well. There's no doubt about it. But Wayne Gretzky lasted less than a year as an NHL analyst and admitted that he hated criticizing players. It is a different mindset. Joe Montana, the football great, had a stint on CBS and it ended quickly. By all accounts, his delivery was wooden and painfully slow. Magic Johnson, the basketball great, did ABC commentary and was incredibly awkward. One Sports Illustrator critic said it was, quote, he was as stiff as a double dribble. Some have succeeded. Shaquille O'Neal has had some success inside the NBA. So there's several issues here that I think are worthy of notice. You've heard me talk about this before. You can be good at one thing and not good at another. Michael Jordan, great basketball player, incredible athleticism, didn't make him a world-class baseball player. He never really got out of the minor leagues or succeeded there. So there are different things that are different skill sets. Here's the other issue that I think doesn't get enough attention. Part of being incredibly great at something is your approach to a skill is so intuitive. There's so many things you're doing well, you don't even know that you're doing it. You don't know how to describe it, therefore you don't know how to analyze it. Someone once asked Ted Williams, the baseball great, how do you hit so many home runs? And he essentially said, it's very simple. You just wait till you see the seams of the baseball right in front of you and you hit it. Well, that's interesting, but frankly, useless advice to 99.99% of mortals who don't have the eyes and the ability to literally see the seams come across on a baseball before it gets to them. So that is why often you hear the old axiom, if you want a great coach, find someone who was an average player in high school or college. Dean Smith, by all accounts, was a better basketball coach than Michael Jordan would have been, or many, Larry Bird for that matter. So someone of average athletic ability and average talent is often better at analyzing exactly what works, what doesn't work. I'm going to keep an open mind for Michael Jordan. He's clearly talented. He's wildly successful, but he's also used to people really saying, yes, sir, Mr. Jordan, you're the greatest ever. You're the greatest ever. You're the greatest ever. By most accounts, he's already a billionaire. So there's always that awkwardness in his first season. If it's 8 weeks in and he's done a lot of commentary and there's tremendous criticism, there's always that chance he says, I don't need this. Why am I traveling and working hard and getting up early just to get a lot of criticism? I'm already rich. I can be on the golf course. I can do whatever I want. So that's the big unknown when it comes to assessing the talent of someone like Michael Jordan going into the broadcast booth. Certainly there's that initial draw. There's that just curiosity factor. So many people have heard about him their whole lives. If they were old enough to have watched him in his prime, there's a special spot in their heart for him and his talents. That's not enough to make you watch week 7, 8, 9. The only equivalent, I think, really is Tom Brady, who went into the broadcast booth with one of the biggest contracts ever and got some pretty mediocre reviews in the beginning. But now you don't hear that much criticism for him. So we will see. It is a different skill set. What I don't know is what his work ethic is for a new skill like this. Michael Jordan famously had a great work ethic when it came to his basketball skills, showed up on time, was there early, stayed late for practice from junior high school on. No one ever questions his work ethic. A lot of people feel like being an analyst is just, you just show up and talk. Well, it's not really that simple. You need to do real homework And there's also just skills to learn about how long should I talk? When should I interject? When should I not interject? When should I bring in a personal story anecdote? When is it too much? There's a lot of subtlety here, and the ability to communicate effectively as a sports analyst, or for that matter, a news analyst.